Hello, mixed nutcases and dog days of podcasting listeners. This is Nuke Joss. And yesterday, but I am reporting on it today, we did the hickish thing that we have ever done since moving to this town. We went and watched a Guinness Book of Records record get set. Now, that's not the hick part. The record is what is the hick part. It is the longest plowing. So there were 84 antique plows being pulled by two tractors, and there were two more for support along the side. And it was being done as a record. About 7 years ago, they did the biggest thrashers or the most thrashers going on at the same time. This time they were plowing. I will link to a video in the show notes. They plowed an entire field in less than 6 minutes. It was really cool, but it is definitely the hickish thing we have ever done. We didn't spend the whole day there, but we did get to watch tractors square dance. So we had the dancing tractors, and we got to watch some demonstrations and got to see a lot of antique tractors and other antique farm equipment. And it was a lot of fun. We got some food, got some really good fried chicken. There was a thing, they just did chicken, and they had chicken corn dogs or pogos is what they call them up here. And I really wanted to try it, but by then were already sold out, so we didn't get to try that. But yeah, it was a pretty nice event. $20 for admission, which, a little steep, but you know what? They had to pay $25,000 just to get the world record people up here. I get it. But it was kind of neat. It was cool. We went, we chilled, we hung out, and I got a video of it, so you can watch it if you're interested. But yeah, it is the most redneck thing we have ever done, and it was a lot of fun. So, yep. So we went, and they had, like I said, a lot of antique. They had some tractors from like the early 1900s. I'm talking like in the teens and the 20s. And they're still working, still useful, still working. They had, I would say about half the tractors weren't Massey Ferguson, but Massey Harris. They were that old. There were some really antique ones, some old Fords, some old John Deeres. Is it Case? I think is another one of the brands. International, a bunch of different brands. It was kind of neat. And then there was this one guy, Gary, I can't remember his last name, but he had a whole trailer where it was half scale tractors and farming equipment. And they were like amazingly accurate. So that was kind of cool. And I got to talk to the artist that made them. When you parked like a field down, a ways down, about 1.5 kilometers away. And they had a shuttle. And they're like, well, we recommend you take the shuttle. It's like, okay. And the shuttle was basically like hay wagons that were pulled by tractors. And the one that we were on, somebody had just screwed a bunch of old bus seats onto it. Another one was a bunch of outdoor wicker furniture screwed down onto it. And then one, it looked like a picnic bench almost. 2 picnic benches just being pulled by a tractor. And so that was just fun. I was like, I really don't need the shuttle, but I want to go on something pulled by a tractor. So that was cool. They had plowing competitions. We didn't really watch those. They did have some horse plow competitions. I think that was earlier in the day. They had, a hay maze, and they had a pedal go-kart track, and they had wagon rides with horses for the kids and stuff. There was a beer tent, and we ended up not going in the beer tent. We ended up opting to just drive home and drink, have our beer at home. But it was a lot of fun. And I can say now that I have been in attendance when a world record was set. So that's kind of neat. Very, very much gives you the idea of where I am living. I am living in farm country.
Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42.